So it looks like the reunion for the Real Housewives of Atlanta is going to be a very interesting one. And could possibly Kandi be sitting next to Andy this season? Because in her latest speak on it, she's taking shots at Sheree and wondering how exactly did Sheree fill this big, beautiful Chateau, Sheree, up? Was it with Tyrones Money? The money that he stole from people, allegedly. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, your #1 source for pop culture news in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So as you know, there's been a lot of back and forth between Kandi, Marlo, and even Sheree. But most recently, Kandi has made peace with Marlo and Sheree on the show, even though a lot of other things that have been taking place online. Well, I found it to be very interesting that during Kandi's latest speak on it, she was taking shots. Well, not really taking shots. That's not the way that Kandi rolls. But she was asking the question that a lot of you have been asking, and I never really thought about, and now I'm side-eyeing Sheree. How did you pay for Chateau, Sheree? And how did you decorate it? And it's beautiful. Kandi confirms in her speak on it. She says, this is a beautiful home. She did an amazing job with this home. And I never really thought about how did she pay for it? Because Kandi, who has been on the show since season 2, says, well, when she was building this home and decorating it, a good majority of that time, she was not on the show. And Kandi's in Atlanta, so Kandi would be very well aware of what Sheree is doing for a business. Sheree, I believe, had a boutique at one time, but apparently all of them had a boutique at one time. She sells shirts online. Joggers never made it, maybe by the end of the season, but according to Kandi, there still are no joggers. There's still no She by Sheree. Take a listen to what she says.
Which also brings me to, we gonna get to that in a second, because I'm thinking about that house and how beautiful it looked on the inside, and I'm like, Sheree wasn't on our show for a lot of seasons, so I hate to ask this question, but I gotta ask the question that a lot of people are gonna ask, like when she starts talking about the money that she paid for the $10,000 chandelier, the $7,000 this, I'm like, was this the Tyrone money paying for this? Like, where did all this money come from to pay for all these things? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love this house. You know, this is my first time getting to see it without a whole crowd of people in here.
Shut up, it's a mess. My cleaning lady will be here in a couple
Where
hours.
is the mess, Sheree? She gonna be mad as hell at me for saying this, but realistically, like, she always, you know, yeah, was it another secret boo that we don't know about? Because she said she was holding on for Tyrone this whole time while that house was getting done. But that house got done. And for most of that time, she had left us. She wasn't with the housewives no more. And the house got done. And when I tell y'all that house is fabulous, it's fabulous. Like, it got all the bells and whistles in the inside. All the bells and whistles. Who is working? Where were the $10,000 chandelier checks coming from? I'm just curious. I mean, I'm just speaking for the people because the people want to know, right? Yeah. I'm just saying what the people want to know because I know, you know, other people was in the room when I was watching the episode, and that's what somebody else said, like, golly, who was paying for all of that? We all want to know. So.
She's got a clothing line.
Come on now, Jay, you trying to be funny? Because at the beginning of this episode, y'all already know they was, you know, playing little clips. So what's that? Maybe I'm flashing back to the season trailer.
What happened to She by Sheree?
Was given a fashion show with no fashion.
So you're doing a line of She by Sheree athletic wear? When
they kept flashing back to Sheree and all the years of not being able to pull She by Sheree together. So y'all do realize She by Sheree is not out yet. You know, it's not out yet. Like, She by Sheree is not Shereeing yet. It's not sheing by Shereeing. It's not doing that yet. Help me out here. I'm just trying to figure it out for the people, not for me. Inquiring minds want to know. Ooh.
Inquiring minds want to know. Look, I've given Sheree a lot of leeway during my recap of the latest season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I said, well, maybe she doesn't want to debut it yet just because it's going to be featured on the show. And some of the items you don't want to put out there because it's going to premiere on the show. I'm giving her that leeway. But I've told you, multiple sources before the season started, when we found out that Sheree had got stood up in Philly and that the situation with Tyrone saying that he was not going to film, that he sent a cease and desist to Bravo about using his likeness and image on the show, that her storyline was in trouble, that her position on the show was in trouble. So all of a sudden, those items, those She by Sheree items she had sitting in that room from 2017, she's like, I'm going to launch She by Sheree. So Sheree, you weren't planning to launch She by Sheree? Your whole storyline was going to be about Tyrone? During the Real Housewives of Atlanta after show, the most recent one, Sheree talks about how Tyrone scammed her. And she believes that he was leaking photos. She even tells a story about how he was acting very funny and weird and trying to get a photo and video of her. And she's like, we need to, I need one of your who gonna check me boo sweatshirts, for the paparazzi, so if they would see us. And she's just like, this is weird. So she saw the signs. I mean, he scammed these other folks, so why would you think that he wouldn't scam you? Oh, because you thought you were different. Or you thought you were different because you maybe allegedly profited from his scamming during that time. I can't believe Sheree has been with this man for years. Think back to when she was fighting with Nene on The Real Housewives of Atlanta and talking about this man, Tyrone. That is a long time ago. She's been dealing with this man for years. She has waited for this man while he was in prison. And when he got out of prison, he started acting a fool. He started doing interviews and things like that, throwing her under the bus. And don't be surprised if Tyrone confirms Kandis Theory on some level. On some level, he'll confirm, oh, yeah, I did help her pay for some of that stuff. I don't know. A lot of you have speculated, like, how is Sheree making her money? And is that part of the reason where Drew says that, yeah, she does like to barter. She likes to, I'll do this, but you'll do this for me. And maybe that's what happened with She by Sheree. Those men that were just wanted to sleep with her. Maybe she was like, well, if you help me with my business, there'll be an exchange of some sort. Not to say that she's doing a Marlo, but bartering is bartering, no matter what you're trying to do. This is not good, but this is going to be a good reunion. There's just so much to unpack, and I don't think it's going to be mainly about Kenya and Marlo. I honestly don't believe Marlo deserves to sit next to Andy this season. Some of you might believe that because you feel like she's antagonizing everyone, but I think that's all on purpose and it's desperate. And to me, that's not someone that's deserving of saying, oh yeah, you were the most important factor of the season. But Kandi, the fact that Kandi was such a threat to all of these ladies, you have Kyle sitting next to you at every single Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. No, you need to have Kandi sitting there because everyone came at Kandi this season. And maybe Drew on the other side. Okay, maybe not Drew on the other side. I don't know. Drew has been carrying the season a lot. I do honestly believe that the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion will probably have Kenya, very much so, next to Andy and Marlo. Or Kandi, then Kenya sitting next to her, and then on the other side, Marlo. Who's sitting next to Marlo? Maybe Sonia. Sonia is definitely a flip-flopper. If you watch the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion, Real Housewives of Atlanta after show, yeah, I'm looking at Sonia very differently. Do I think that she should come back for another season? Yes, because I felt like she still got along really well with the other ladies. But very much like how we gave Eva the Diva an opportunity, we'll see what her second season would be like. If it's the continuous, I'm trying to be in with everybody, then we might have to say bye, Sonia. Because I do see what people are saying about you, about being a little bit more like of a pick-me. Just be yourself. I keep telling this to all the housewives. Just be yourself. Own the fact that you are a 4-time Olympic gold medalist and that you've done reality TV before. But maybe you don't really feel that confident in that, especially up against these ladies. Guys, I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your speculation. Have you also wondered how Sheree has been able to furnish and pay for this beautiful home? We saw Married to Medicine. Anila, she had a good story. She's like, I blogged all of this furniture. That's how I decorated this $1 million home. But we know that's not what Sheree did. If Sheree was smart, she could have done something like that. while she was on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but she didn't. It's still a beautiful home. Tyrone's not speaking. We shall see how all this plays out, and we shall see if she's going to be like looking side to side when Andy asks her, so how did you pay for it? She by Sheree. I got t-shirts and
Where is it?
oh damn, this is gonna be Sheree's last season. Like really like done. Damn. Guys, let's continue this conversation below. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.